It's a uniquely American product, and Atlanta's Old Fourth Distillery has struck gold with its new bourbon. It just took top honors at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Good day, Atlanta's Paul Milliken. Once again, got a really cool assignment today. He's live at the distillery's tasting room, learning all about it. This is probably something, Paul, that you really can just have a little bit, right?
Oh, 100%. What a hard life that I live, Elise. Poor Paul Milliken spending the morning surrounded by bourbon. But you mentioned it, and it's a really big deal that this right here, this bourbon, won double gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. This is out of like 3,000 entries. It is not easy to win anything, let alone a double gold. The double gold means every single judge awarded this a gold medal in its first year. Talk about setting the bar high. This is Craig Moore, who is the co-founder of Old Fourth Distillery. So I got to ask you first, I mean, when you got the news that this new product, I mean, people hadn't even really tried it yet. You enter it in the competition, it wins double gold. What does that feel like, man?
Validation, I think. Yeah, we were really shocked for sure to, in our first year, receive the double gold. And, you know, San Francisco being the most prestigious, credible spirits competition in the world, it, like you said, it just doesn't get any better than that.
I said earlier on TV, it's like winning the Academy Award of liquor. It's a really big deal. Now, let's talk about Old Fourth Distillery. Now, I've been to a lot of craft breweries. I've been to a lot of wineries in North Georgia. But you are really on the forefront, I think, of something exciting and new here, which is craft distilleries. Because we take it for granted. I go to the liquor store, I buy bourbon, I go home. But you are making it by hand, and you're showing people how you make it here, right?
That's right. So when you come in and do a tour, we really get in depth about the history of distilling in Atlanta. Like you said, we're the first distillery since 1906, since before Prohibition. But we also talk about the production process, the process that we take all the way from fermentation to bottles. So it is an educational experience, and you know, hopefully one people can walk away from that experience being more knowledgeable about how spirits are made.
And when you walk in for a tour, this is not like a quick 5-minute, here it is, right?
Yeah. So we'll generally take about 45 minutes to an hour.
That's awesome.
Discussing why we started the distillery, how we did it, some of the things that we had to overcome, and then we walk through the whole production process. So it's an engaging experience for sure.
Okay, well, let's talk about the bourbon. Again, this is a 4-year aged straight bourbon whiskey. Now, on the bottle, it says bottled in bond. And I know that's something you guys are really proud of, but what does that mean?
So straight bourbon whiskey actually has to be aged for at least 2 years, right? So bottled in bond takes the quality and takes it to the next level. So for one, it has to be aged for at least 4 years in a bonded, federally supervised warehouse, which is a key component. It has to be bottled at no less than 100 proof, and we're right at 100 proof. And you know, it basically just connotes an extra level of quality for the product.
Well, let me try that out for myself, sir. If you would open this up and pour me a glass, and then I want you to teach me how to properly taste bourbon, because I don't know if I'm supposed to do any special steps. How would you suggest that I get the most out of this experience?
It's nice to let it breathe for just a minute and sort of, you know, swirl it around, and that releases some of the notes on the nose, which is important. So you want to take a big deep breath, a smell of the spirit, and then let that linger on your palate a little bit, and then try just a small sip and sort of put it right behind your teeth, and that allows the flavor to release into your mouth.
That's a lot to remember, Paul.
I really
put it behind your teeth?
Wanted to just down that whole glass. You know, I wanted to just do a whole, but no, that's really nice, actually. I don't drink a lot of bourbon. I really don't even know what bourbon is supposed to taste like. That, it's nice. It's got a little kick. It's a little spicy. It would be a good one just to like slowly sip on. I think.
Yeah. We have a lot of people come in and they just want to try it neat, and it's very enjoyable that way for sure.
All right. Well, bottoms up. I got to finish this glass, Elise. So let's cut the camera so my bosses can't see it happen. And we'll possibly see you back live at 10 this morning, or else I'll be passed out on the floor. I'm not sure which, but we'll see.
I love your brutal honesty there. That is definitely appreciated. It sounds like fun, Paul. Enjoy.
I mean, you know,
Keep an eye on him, and he's a chaperone. You can visit Old Fourth Distillery at 487 Edgewood Avenue Southeast in Atlanta. Tours and tastings are available on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Cost for that $10 per adult.